everyone. Like myself, I'm sure you woke up to the devastating news that Onyeka Onwenu is no more. This is someone that we grew up hearing her music, listening to her. She's such an icon, a musical icon, a journalist. There's so many things to her. It's really sad, how life is so unpredictable. May her soul rest in peace. I don't even know what to say, honestly. It was this morning that I saw that whole news. And one of the things that just keep going round and round and round my mind is the fact that I remember seeing a video where a much younger Onyeka Onwenu, and that video was said to be in 1984, where she was talking about the living condition in Nigeria and how things are. And sadly, things are still that same way. They're even worse. What am I saying that same way? Then was better. Now it's way worse than what they had at that time. And I've been thinking all day, is this how we're going to just keep walking and just don't get anything? And like one of the things that, sometimes, when things happen, it just makes you to reflect. And like whatever we need to do, we need to just give it our all push and see it through. Because we can't continue to be like this. Onyeka Onwenu, life. Just like that. Life is so transient. That's why sometimes for me, when I see people, carrying their shoulder and this and that, I'm always like, you don't even know what's going to happen the next second. You don't know what's going to happen the next second. You're one time, you're bubbly, you're living life, you're doing your thing, and then the next thing, you're gone. Wow. See the video that I said to be her last moment, where she did the performance that she did. About the people who were actually there at that event, how would they feel? And from the reports that we've seen, they've said it was that place she collapsed and they rushed her to the hospital. How are they going to feel? One moment you saw someone that that was bubbly, that full of life and everything, and see where she greeting Mr. Peter Obi in that video, and then the next thing, the person is dead. Honestly, life is so transient that. And at the end of the day, it just tells us that there's no tomorrow. There's no next hour. You just have this second and do what it is that you need to do this second. The next video that we're going to see is Onyeka Onwenu herself, talking about 40 years ago, talking about the dire situation that we have in Nigeria.
The BBC and Nigerian television asked me to report as a Nigerian television journalist on the situation in my country. Recently, like many Nigerians, I've felt frustrated and saddened by what has happened to us. We've had our independence for more than 20 years. By third world standards, we have a well-educated elite. We had a productive farming economy. We have minerals. And we discovered a few years ago that we had oil, a lot of oil. Yet today we're importing food that we should be growing. We are a bankrupt nation, and we have an international reputation for large-scale corruption. Many of our people are unhappy, and some even hungry. What has gone wrong? This is what I set out to explore. We sensed that change had to come to our nation, that our people wouldn't continue to accept the inefficient, corrupt civilian government of President Shagari. We were right. Before this film was completed, the coup took place. So our report, instead of being a prophecy, is now an explanation as to why the majority of my people, most of whom know what democracy is about and want it ultimately, welcomed yet another military takeover. I'm not a politician. I'm not an economist. The story I have to tell is a personal one about my hopes and fears for my country. Whoa, 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 whoa. Apart from journalism, I'm a singer. And I suppose this more than anything is my way of communicating my feelings.
Yeah, I like that. Seem to have lost my way, yeah. Never be another day. Never be another night of a dream.
I write my own songs. This one, we're rehearsing, is both a love song and a song about my country.
Oh, may her soul rest in peace. And you just look at the situation today, how bad things are. And we can't continue like this, honestly. It's really, for me, this whole thing is just so like, oh my goodness, it's just so wearying, it's tiring. And you understand where some people just say that, oh, Nigeria will never work, and leave it like that. But I'm like, is this how you're going to stay for the next how many years? Like from 1984 to now, that's 40 years, and just living with things just getting bad like that. And for me, that's why when you see, I just feel like, yes, I would rather put my all in making sure that it works, everything that can be done. Let's have that hand on there. But just sitting down and just say, oh, it will work and continue, we just continue to be there. And unfortunately, we are in a country where, you know, those who continuously get into office really don't care, and they do all manner of things. But beyond that also is to say, every one of us, we have our own challenges, we have our own life, we have our own things. And she was on this show called With Chude, where she talked about certain things, expressed herself, and everyone you see have their own story, have their own challenges that go on. I can't just even believe that I'm talking about Onyeka Onwenu, in the past tense, and saying rest in peace to her and all of that. It's still something that the mind is still grappling with, because we all just grew up. One love, keep us together. I think she was the one that sang that, right? The other female thing that we had, yeah. And even watching her in films, watching her in movies, she's such a great actress. Watching some very heartbreaking movies that she had acted, where you could see, oh, life. Anyway, just watch this this clip. Finally, this clip she had when she had an interview with Achude.
Inability to forgive me for walking away from an abusive situation. He did something that I think he will answer to God for.
These rumors, some people had believed them.
Yes, they did believe them.
So when they say, oh, there's a long list of people you are alleged to have slept with.
Absolutely.
Sonia Okosun.
Yes.
Fela.
Sonny Ade.
Sonia Ade. Obasanjo.
Yes. They even said he married me.
Obasanjo married you.
Yes. What is this? If he's going to marry me, then we'll make it public.
And declared, and I'm a Onyeka.
And she couldn't be bothered. What you thought? When you have to say, I've done enough of the sacrificing, and if you really care about your children, you save yourself. Yeah. Because it could have killed me. It took my brother calling me aside one day to say, you're losing yourself.
Fela wanted you to marry him.
Fela is a trickster. He knew I would say no. Yeah. I think it was his way of thanking me for coming out in support of him when he was jailed. Because I took a chance. Leave that woman alone. That woman loves Nigeria. And they turned out and they're actually jealous of Onyeka, little old me. In fact, you can say anything about me, you can do anything. You touch my father, I'm gonna kill you. Don't like talking about it, but because you raised it and because I had written about it, I have to expatiate. The marriage was incredible. But sometimes when things happen to people, they change. My husband, I pray for him on a daily basis.
So you're in love?
I am in love.
You said